Thank you, Madam Chair. I didn't know it was reruns week at the Rules Committee. What's next? Are we going to bring I Love Lucy to the House floor or Gilligan's Island? I mean, we're meeting on 3 bills we already met on. And the one new piece of legislation we're considering is a bill about daylight savings time. I mean, really? Not affordability, but daylight savings time. And people have strong views on that bill. So I look forward to the debate, and I'm not saying it's not important, but gee, maybe we should focus on some of the more obvious challenges facing Americans, like grocery costs, or rent prices, or affordability. But that's just my opinion. But instead, we're doing 3 reruns this week. We already considered them all. We're doing them again today. Why? Because Mike Johnson can't get his act together, and this majority can't keep the floor open. We have a State Department bill that guts diplomacy and humanitarian aid, a bill that makes it harder to flag suspicious gun purchases, and a veterans package that pays for benefits today by cutting benefits tomorrow. And one thing I'll add is that since we last considered the veterans bill, the Republican chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee has publicly attacked the Veterans of Foreign Wars, AKA the VFW, one of the oldest and most influential veterans associations in America, which opposes the Republican Veterans Bill on behalf of their more than 1 million veteran members. And I want to express my appreciation for them being present today in the Rules Committee. But the Republican chair of the Veterans Committee is accusing the VFW, listen, of all things, of inciting violence over a political cartoon, and sent a letter urging the Trump administration to pull the VFW's accreditation as a veteran service organization, jeopardizing VFW's ability to help veterans get the benefits that they earned. Now let that sink in for a minute. And now MAGA is trying to weaponize the VA against the VFW as retaliation. That is one of the most offensive things I have seen in a while. And I just want to say publicly that I find it deeply, deeply, deeply troubling. The VFW is not some fringe activist group. It's the voice of American veterans who served this country with honor and distinction. But the chairman's absurd comments fit a pattern with this majority and this administration of trying to use government to punish anyone who disagrees. I remember when we heard for 4 years false claims with zero evidence that Democrats were responsible for weaponizing government. You guys are doing exactly what you wrongfully accused us of, and you're not even trying to hide it. You're doing it out in the open for everyone to see. And I personally think it's really insulting for them to dishonor and disrespect those who served our country by questioning their patriotism and punishing them simply for disagreeing. This isn't complicated. When you draft a bill that cuts tens of billions of dollars in benefits for disabled veterans, veterans are going to oppose your bill. You know, Republicans are so consumed by their own dysfunction that they have stopped even pretending to care about the issues they claim to care about. Inflation, the cost of living, the things impacting everyday people. Those have all gone out the window. And for weeks, we have watched the same ridiculous game. We sit through a meeting where Republicans claim the bills before us are incredibly important. Republicans report a rule that silences minority voices. Their own members start fighting with each other. Republican leadership finally admits the reality that we can all see, that they can't pass a rule. They are in charge, but they can't govern. The House shuts down, members get sent home early. And then some of those bills they claimed were so vital aren't even put back on the agenda. Clearly, the urgency was made up. Meanwhile, rent is through the roof, groceries cost a fortune, health care, child care, and utility bills keep going up because of Trump's crushing tariffs and stupid endless war, which, by the way, is back on, even though he's already declared victory like 5 times. And Congress finally passed a bipartisan housing bill to lower housing costs. And what does Donald Trump do? Does he sign it into law to help people? Nope. He says he's uninterested. He calls it a, quote, big yawn. And he doesn't even sign it. It became law in spite of him, but not because of him. Think about how screwed up that all is. Families cannot buy a home, people's rents continue to go up, and the president treats housing prices like a bargaining chip to use in his attempt to rig the midterm elections in November. And it's not just him. A handful of fringe MAGA members are grinding the House to a halt over the same bill, the so-called Save America Act, that they think will help them win in November by making it harder for American citizens to vote. They know the bill has no chance of becoming law, but they are still willing to shut down the floor and throw a temper tantrum over it. The entire Republican majority has been a total betrayal of America first, one fit after another by people who clearly are incapable of leading. And this week, I'm sad to say, is no exception. And with that, I yield back.